Okay, so let's talk about something pretty wild. Right now, inside your body, there's a hidden battle going on. It's a fight between your healthy, hardworking cells and, well, a bunch of rogue cells that just refuse to die. We're talking about cellular zombies, and today we're diving into the new class of heroes designed to hunt them down, Senolytics. Here's how we're going to break it down. First, we're going to meet the villain of our story, these zombie cells. Then, we'll introduce the heroes, the Senolytics. We'll get into exactly how they work, talk about the amazing health benefits when they win, and finally, look at what the future of this whole fight against aging looks like. So, to really appreciate the heroes, you've got to understand the villain. Let's kick things off with the antagonist here, the Sinsescent cell, or as we're calling it, the zombie cell. Now, I know it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? But this is a very real fundamental part of biology. You see, as we get older, these troublesome cells start to build up. And a lot of scientists now believe they're a major driver of the aging process itself. So, what makes them zombies? Well, think about it. When a normal cell gets old or damaged, it's supposed to, gracefully bow out, hit a self-destruct button. But sessent cells, nope, they refuse. They just enter this zombie-like state. They stop dividing and they hang around. And the real problem is, they're not just taking up space, they're actively pumping out this nasty cocktail of inflammatory junk that can damage all the healthy cells around them. I mean, the difference is just night and day. A healthy cell is a team player supporting your tissues. A zombie cell, it's like a bad neighbor that's constantly creating a toxic inflammatory environment. It's kind of like having a few bad apples that are determined to spoil the whole barrel. And that really contributes to that feeling of age-related decline. But of course, every good story needs a hero. And that brings us to Chapter 2. Let's introduce Senolytics, the specialized hunters designed specifically to take these zombies out. This is the question that really just blew the doors open for aging research. What if we didn't have to just sit back and accept the damage these cells cause? What if we could actually go on the offensive and clear them out? And that is exactly what Senolytics do. They are this class of molecules that are incredibly smart. They can selectively hunt down these zombie cells, and instead of, blowing them up directly, they essentially just walk up and flip that self-destruct switch that the zombie cell was ignoring. That process is called apoptosis. And these hunters, they come in a few different forms. Some are pharmaceuticals like dacatinib. But what's absolutely fascinating is that many of them are natural compounds found in foods we see all the time, like quercetin from apples or ficitetin from strawberries. It's like nature has been hiding these zombie slayers in plain sight all along. Okay, so how in the world does this cellular assassination actually work? Let's get into the real science of slaying. It's this lie-precise three-step mission. First, the Senolytic hones in on the unique proteins that zombie cells use to cheat death. Your healthy cells don't really rely on these, so they get a free pass. Second, the Senolytic disables those survival proteins. That's the kill switch. And third, once the zombie cell has self-destructed, your body's own immune system comes in like a cleanup crew and just sweeps away all the debris. So elegant. So, we've taken out the zombies. What's the payoff? Now this is where the story gets really exciting, the health benefits of actually winning this internal war. This quote really just nails it. Think about it. Instead of treating one disease at a time, this approach goes after a root cause of aging itself. And that could have absolutely massive effects on our health span. The number of years we actually live in good health. And hey, this isn't just a cool theory. Research from the Mayo Clinic gives us a stunning example. In their studies, Senolytics boosted a key protective protein called alpha by over 50%. This protein is a big deal. It's like a master regulator that helps protect our brain and our kidneys. A boost that gig that's a potential game changer for staying sharp and healthy as we get older. And the benefits are just so broad. By clearing out these little inflammation factories, you get this system-wide reduction in inflammation, which then helps your organs function better. We already saw how it boosts those protective proteins. And get this, some research even suggests it could help clear out latent viruses like HIV that like to hide out in our cells. It's just an incredible demonstration of how fixing the cellular environment can have these huge, far-reaching effects on our health. Now, this all sounds absolutely incredible, but it's really important to remember that this is still a very new field. So that leads us right to our final chapter. What does the future of this fight actually look like? What's just stunning is the speed of all this. The first major senolytic compounds were only really identified back in 2015. Just three years later, we had the first human trial starting. And today, research is just exploding to see if they can help with everything from arthritis to Alzheimer's. The whole trajectory is pointing towards a future where this might become a standard part of preventative medicine, which really leaves us with this one final massive question. By learning how to selectively take out these cellular zombies, we're not just fighting off diseases, we're directly intervening in the aging process itself. This isn't about living forever, it's about health span. Are we on the verge of a future where getting older doesn't automatically have to mean getting sicker? It's a heck of a thought. Only time will tell.